Alright, this is lesson 6 and we're multiplying polynomials again. It's just this time we're going to be multiplying either a binomial times a binomial or a binomial times a trinomial.
Multiply two binomials by using the FOIL method. Multiply any two polynomials by using the distributive property. Multiply polynomials by using the column method.
Alright, so we're going to start out with a binomial times a binomial. The problems look like this. We've got the quantity x minus 4 times the quantity x plus 9. And what we're going to start out with is we're going to use the FOIL method to find the product of two binomials. And basically all the FOIL method is just the distributive property. So what we're going to do is, first of all, the F in FOIL stands for first, so we're going to multiply the first term in the first parentheses by the first term in the second parentheses, which gives us x squared. And then we're going to multiply the outside terms, the ones at the two furthest ends. This is really just the distributive property. That's how you get the first. That's how you get the outer with the distributive property. And x times 9 is 9x. Then we're going to do the I in FOIL, which is the inside. So all we're doing is distributing the 4 to the second parentheses. It's negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And then finally, L stands for last. Last in first parentheses times last in second parentheses. We're just distributing that negative 4 to the second term in the second parentheses. All right, now this is your answer, but if you'll notice, you have two terms with x, and each base can only appear once for a polynomial to be simplified. So we combine those two terms. So we have to combine those two terms, and when they combine those two terms, we get x squared. Both terms have an x. Do the math with the numbers in the front. 9 minus 4 is 5, positive 5, and then we bring down our 36. Alright, so here's two practice problems for you to try with the FOIL method. Hopefully everybody remembers the FOIL method. I'll try these two. Let's see. Distribute the 3. Multiply your coefficients. Rewrite your base. Add your exponents. Distribute the 3m. Multiply your coefficients. Rewrite your base. Then we're going to distribute the 11. Multiply your coefficients. Rewrite your base. And finally, distribute the 11 to the negative 2. And then we have two like terms here we need to combine, so we bring down our 15m squared. Both of these terms have an m. We do the math with the numbers in front. 55 minus 6, that gives us 49, and we bring down our 22. Alright, second problem here, even though it is an x squared, same thing. First, let's distribute the 4x squared. So multiply your coefficients, rewrite your base, add your exponents. Distribute the 4 to the 5. Multiply your coefficients, rewrite your base. We only have an x squared. And we're going to distribute the negative 3. Multiply your coefficients, rewrite your base, and distribute the 3 again. Negative times negative is positive, and it's a positive 15. Then we have like terms we have to combine. So we bring down our x to the 4th. Our like terms have an x squared. We do a math with the numbers in front. Negative 20. I'm at negative 20 on the number line, and I move 6 more in the negative direction. It puts me at negative 26. Then I bring down my 15. Alright, why don't you try this one and see if you can get it. So pause the video, try it yourself, and restart when you're ready to check your answer. Alright, if you'll notice, this one had A's and B's, but you treat it just like we did in the multiplication when we were learning our multiplication rules. So middle terms had A, B. They both had, one had an A, one had a B, so you have to have an A, B in your answer. So this is what our problem looks like. Alright, so this is a 1/2 x, this is a 2/4 x, and actually 2/4 reduces down to 1/2, so this is a 1/2 x. So same thing, distributive property, 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. x times x, rewrite your base, add your exponents. Then I distribute the 1/2 to the 2. 1/2 times 2 is 1, and we have an x. And -4 times, basically 1/2 is -2x, and -4 times 2 is 8, and then we have like terms that we combine. Bring down our 1/4 x squared. They both have an x, and it is 1 minus 2, so it is -1x plus 8. Alright, so let's see if you can do this one. So pause the video, see if you can do it, and then check your work with mine. If you'll notice in this one, there wasn't any like terms. For x cubed, x squared, x, no x, there wasn't anything you combined, so once you did the multiplication, it was already simplified. Alright, now we're going to use the distributive property, and we're going to multiply a binomial, 2 terms, by a trinomial. Same principle as with the foiling and the 2 by 2. We're just going to take the 2x and we're going to distribute it to each term in the second parentheses. Multiply your coefficients, rewrite your variable, add your exponents. Distribute it to the -8y, and we're going to multiply our coefficients, rewrite our variable, and add our exponents. And we'll distribute the y over here to rewrite the multiply your coefficients and rewrite the variable. Now I'm going to distribute this 5 here. But look what I'm going to do when I do this. I know that I'm going to get a y squared. So I'm going to write this so my like terms are stacked on top of each other to make it easier to combine my like terms. 5 times 3 is 15. I'm going to distribute the 5 over here. 5 times -8y, so they have a y. And 5 times -8 is -40. And then distribute the 5 here. That gives me +35. So now I'm just going to add my like terms. And since I've stacked them on top of each other, it should make it easier. I only have 1y cubed, 2 terms with y squared. Bring down my y squared, and 16, -16 on the number line. I move 15 in the positive direction. It puts me at -1. And 2 terms with a y, so I rewrite my y, and I have 14 minus 40, which gives me -26. And then finally, I only have 1 constant, so I bring it down. And there's my answer. I think it makes a whole lot easier when you do these with this distribution if you stack your like terms on top of each other. Alright, so for the next few problems, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically tell you to try it on your own, check your work with mine, and see if you're getting it right. So pause the video, you try to work this out, and restart when you're ready to check and compare answers. Alright, so here's my answer when I got it. Hopefully you got the same thing. If you didn't, just ask me about it tomorrow. We'll figure out what happened. Alright, here's another one. Why don't you go ahead and practice this one on your own again. So pause the video and then restart when you're ready to check your work. Alright, same type of problem as before, but if you'll notice on this one, we only ended up having 2 like terms that we can combine. Sometimes that happens. Alright, here's another one. Basically, it's a trinomial times a trinomial. Whew! It's a lot of multiplication, but it's the same thing, and I want to use red. Alright. Distributive property. Distribute the first term to everything in the second parentheses. And minus 12x to the 4th, and I'm going to distribute it right here. Plus 2x cubed. Then I'm going to take my 4x and I'm going to distribute it to everything in here. 4, that's going to give me a 12x to the 3rd. I'm going to distribute it here, and it's going to give me a -28x squared, and then I'm going to distribute my 4 here, and I get an 8x. And finally, I'm going to distribute my -5. I'm going to get an x squared, so I'm going to put it right here, -15. Distribute it here, so I get 35x. And I'm going to distribute it to the 2, which gives me a -10. And since I stacked my common terms, like terms on top of each other, it should make the simplification easier at the end. I only have 1x to the 5th. I only have 1x to the 4th. Combine my x to the 3rds. Add my numbers. Combine my x squareds. And let's see, that is what? 343. Combine my x's. And that's a minus. So it's going to be plus 27 and minus 10. Woo! Alright, that's a long one. Alright, now we're going to try this. Oh, by the column method. Basically, it's the same thing. You're just distributing everything here, whichever way you want to go, to everything in the second parentheses. So, let's see. I'll just take this 2x and I'll distribute it first. So, I'll multiply my coefficients, rewrite my base, add my exponents, distribute it, plus 6x squared and minus 16x. Then I'm going to take my 9 and I'm going to distribute it. So that is what? Negative 36x squared. I'm going to distribute it to the 3x, which is minus 27x, and negative times negative. Alright, so now I just combine my like terms. Well, only 1x to the 3rd, x to the squared. So I do the arithmetic with the numbers in front. X's, do the arithmetic with the numbers in front, and bring down my 72. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, column method, same thing, distributed property. You try it to get more practice, then restart to check your answer with mine when you're ready. Alright, here's what I got. I hope it's the same thing you got. If not, we'll discuss it in class. Alright, here's one last one with the column method. It's a doozy. It's a trinomial times a trinomial. Why don't you solve it? See what you get. And maybe we'll just discuss this one in class. And that's it.